In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the original black blade holder that came with the original yellow Klic-N-Kuts. Note on my blade holder I have white tape wrapped around the outside. This is so it fits more tightly into the blade holder seat on my Klic-N-Kut. So yours may not have any kind of tape on it. It may be solid black, and that's fine. It's the same blade holder. Okay, first thing to do is to take the blade holder and just start unscrewing both the brass ring part and the top silver part. Just begin unscrewing it until you completely separate this portion or this section from the main black plastic part of the blade holder. Set the black plastic part down. Get your blade. Now be very careful when handling these blades. They're very sharp, very fragile. If you were to drop the blade onto a hard surface or bump into a hard surface, you could chip the tip. So gently remove the plastic cap, which is protecting the sharp part of the blade. Then hold the top part of the blade in your fingers and insert the non-sharp end into the little hole on the metal portion here of the blade holder. Slide it in, and then once it's in as far as it will go, then take the black plastic part and gently put it over the blade holder. Again, you don't want to bump into that tip. Bring it down and then begin to screw clockwise the main silver part. And as you eventually, when you get the far enough down, you'll begin to see the tip of the blade, the sharp part of the blade, protrude from the bottom of the blade holder. Now then, you never want to cut with more blade than necessary to penetrate the material that you're cutting. So for something like cardstock, well, start with something like vinyl, you would barely have any blade showing at all. In fact, I always say if you can see it, it's probably too much blade. So in that case, you just barely be able to feel the tip. For something a little thicker, like this cardstock, I will hold the blade up next to the cardstock and just kind of gently see if I can just spot that the blade tip's just barely past the thickness of the cardstock. And I need to adjust it just a little bit more. And then once I feel I have just the right length, then I'm going to very carefully turn the brass ring only. I'm just going to turn just it, and I'm going to turn it clockwise until it's snug against the bottom part of the black plastic casing. And then again, I'll check again, and I'll say, you know, I think I inadvertently moved it up a little bit, so I'm just going to retract it, the top part counterclockwise a little bit, and then again, tighten the brass ring. Okay, and then at that point, I'm ready to insert this into the blade holder seat on the yellow Klic-N-Kut and see if I get a clean test.